folks, this is video number 4 of some J.D. Crowe style of fill-in licks. I guess we're up to 6 or 7 different licks and variations you can do from the past 3 videos. I'm going to show you 3 or 4 more things on this video, and then next time we'll probably show you a nice place where you can practice these one at a time over and over and over again. I think that'll be beneficial for you. We've been talking mainly about stringing these together on medium tempo vocal tunes coming out of a break. You've got 2 to 4 measures of space there before the singer comes back in that you can string some of these together. But you can also use them one at a time. You can use them in between phrases. You can use them as part of your breaks. A lot of these you can actually use as D licks as well, like a D to G, G to D, back to G kind of thing, which I'll try to make mention of here in this video in a little bit. All right, so here we go with the first lick. So we're going to put that up on the screen for you to see, and it starts on the 4th string. And once again, these are medium tempo kind of licks because a lot of times you'll see there in the first measure you're doubling the thumb on 8th notes. And if you do that too quickly, then you're not gonna be able to get it in time if the song's too fast. Okay, so it starts off on the 4th string, and pretty much a string of 8th notes. You do have a pull off. A lot of familiar things on the 3rd string, where they're different licks, but it still has some of the same elements or ornaments, as John Bolding likes to call them, of pull offs and hammer-ons there from 3 to 2 or 2 to 3. A lot of times on the 3rd fret. So here's what this first measure sounds like. Okay, if you're doing it as a 1 measure lick, then you would probably resolve it back to open G there, your 3rd string open, to finish that off. So. Okay, and if it's a little bit faster, the very last note of that measure, you see you're doubling the thumb again. What you can do is replace that last note with an open 1st instead, and then that'll get your thumb ready to do the open 3rd. So it would sound like this. Okay, if you're gonna end on the 3rd string open, that's what it would sound like. And then right next to it, I put one that goes along well when you string these 2 together. But it's got a 2-3 hammer on, and then you've got a 3-2 pull off, okay? And this one you can put a little bit of dynamics and emphasis with it. It would sound like this. Okay, and I usually don't play that one just by itself. It usually has some kind of wind up to it, so that's why I put it together with the first measure there. So here it is all together at a medium speed. Okay, one more time, and then I'll show you my hands here. Okay, and so now you can take a look at it here, so you can see my left hand and fingerings and stuff. It's pretty much what you would think it would be, but here's what it looks like. And the only thing I'd really want to point out to you is the 2nd measure there where you're doing those hammer-ons. It's... After that 2nd hammer on, if you want to put a little more oomph to it, you leave your middle finger down on the 3rd fret and get ready for the pull off. So you get a little more dynamics if you do it that way. So it's not a hammer on pull off as we've done in some of those other licks. You can do it that way, but this one I wanted to try to point out to you that you can leave that middle finger down, and it creates a little more excitement, I think. So all together, here's what it would be. Fun lick to do. And once again, these can be cut and pasted in different ways. All right, so let's take a look at the next one we'll put up there, and it's got a pinch on it. And it's also, the first measure is really, I wouldn't say syncopated, but it breaks up the string of eighth notes from a roll. You'll hear lots of different places where J.D. Crowe will break up the string of eighth notes to give it more dynamics or syncopation or whatever. So this one has all quarter notes. So the first measure is 4 notes. You're coming, and it actually starts on the second beat of the measure. You've got the hold over, third string open. He does this one a lot on backup licks, as a backup lick. The thing that I can hear when I listen for it is it's got that first fret on the second string, which most of these G licks doesn't have that in it. So it's kind of recognizable for me when I hear it. But it sounds like this. And I put that third measure there, but it's pretty much you're getting back to a roll. And a lot of times you just do that by using a 2/5 slide on the 4th string. So once again, here is the, maybe I'll give a little bit of background here. So, yeah, let's do it that way. So I'll put the first measure from the first lick up there. I won't put it up, but I'll play it, and then that'll lead you into this new lick, okay? Okay, one more time. Okay, so it kind of needs a little bit more reference there than just playing it by itself, but you will hear that one a lot if you listen to enough of this type of music. And then the second measure is you do a forwards backwards roll. Okay, so you're sliding this forwards part, and then you're coming backwards, and then you do a 3/2 pull off. Okay, and then if you want to get back to rolling, you would put the slide in and get back to it. So once again, let me string all this together here. We'll do the first measure from the first lick, and then we'll put it with the new lick here. So. Okay, and a little bit faster. All right, I see I'm getting long-winded, so I need to break this into little smaller chunks for you. But before I go, I did want to show you how you can use some of these not only as just measures of G as fill-in licks, but you can also use them as kind of D to G in your break licks. For example, let's take 9-pound hammer, and what I would do is I will string together that first lick for you, and then I'll try to throw in part of the second if I can to create the end of a break for 9-pound hammer. So normally it would sound like this. Normally sounds something like that. And let's see if we can put in the new lick that we talked about today. So there you go. Looks like we're going to continue the series for a little while longer. There's just so many great licks I wanted to show you. All right, see you next time.